Good, man. Chilling.
Danny Rossi from the Group 1. You're chilling where now?
Home in Montreal.
Home in Montreal. So you guys got big tours coming up in June, I see?
Yeah, I think I was, dude, they just tell me where to show up, man. I'm a business guy. But yeah, we got some stuff going on in June, and then our main tour is starting up in September.
So June, you're going to be making a Canada tour?
Yeah, we're starting up some stuff in Canada, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the history of the band. How long you guys been rock and rolling for?
We have been around, I guess, about 9 years now. We did the thing, cover band, and started off that way, and then started writing some material after a little bit, and then it just got more and more serious as the newer songs kept popping up. So we just kept plugging away at it, and then in 2006 we decided it was time to start recording an album and get really serious with it. And we took our time and weren't stopping till actually we were satisfied. I think we recorded everything about 3 times till we were actually satisfied with it. Because at that point, you just end up going, like you drive yourself nuts basically, thinking that you can always do better and better. But we settled on it. We were really happy with what we had, and we just started touring. And good opportunities came up in the United States, so we just kept going down to the U.S. About 2 years ago, precisely actually, we replaced our drummer, and that brought a whole new dimension to the music, and we decided to jump in the studio and record another album. So now we've got 2 albums under our belt and about 6 or 7 tours in the United States, some small touring in Canada, locally, and not too far away, a couple-hour drives here and there. But and that's pretty much it. Then we end up replacing our bass player in December of this year, and we haven't stopped since. So more writing of music and new songs, and working hard at that, and non-stop basically. We love what we do. We're workaholics. Everybody calls us workaholics. Some people it's like their job and they make money and they sit down at their office, but for us it's the music.
For sure, today you need to play and work hard to make
Yeah.
it somewhere. So Dirty Valentine, your new album, how long did it take you to record this?
I think was it 2 months maybe, 2.5 months. I mean, not every day. Let's say 4 times a week. Sometimes we kind of took our time, but we didn't. We wanted to get it done, and we wanted to get it out, and we wanted to hit the road with the new album in hand. So I think it was about 2 months.
Now the recording process, this was done with Pro Tools, probably?
You know what? Good question. I don't remember the program. I don't think it was Pro Tools, but it was one of those similar programs. It was basically the engineer / producer of the album. It was in his studio, so he took care of all that.
Where was this album mastered at?
Same place at Uplift Studios in Montreal here. The former Slaves on Dope guitarist, well actually now the reformed Slaves on Dope guitarist Kevin Jardine. He did that. He did our album. Mixed, mastered, and produced. We're very, very proud of it.
Influences, let's say for you, Danny Rossi, vocalist.
I grew up listening to a lot of 80s, the 80s glam bands and stuff. So it started with the showmanship, but I also had a very big passion for bands like Aerosmith, that were always just there as well, and like huge success, but Aerosmith was never had that #1 hit till they did that Don't Want to Miss a Thing song, but I just loved Aerosmith, watching them live in concert. Who else? Listening to anything from sitting down, laying back, and listening to a guy like a beautiful voice like Frank Sinatra. You can get so much inspiration from different types of music. Sometimes it doesn't matter if it's not the style that you're writing or you're passionate about, but there's just so much in so many different types of music that you can pull away from. So you can pull out of the music. I mean, but for me, I'd say inspiration. The showmanship-wise, I'd say all the '80s. Steven Tyler is probably my biggest influence as a frontman, as a vocalist for me. And anything with great lyrics and melody, I guess, is my inspiration.
Once you're on tour and off tour, what's the difference? What do you do, let's say, to pass time?
We drink on tour and off tour. That's all we do.
Continuously drinking.
Yeah. We are definitely a gang of lushes in this band, and we like it that way.
And then you're really taking the 80s again here.
I guess we are. It's what else are you gonna do? It's life is so short. You never know what can happen. Let's live it to the fullest. We're going out, we're rocking out, we're playing rock and roll music, we're having a good time, meeting people, which is so important to us on just a regular basis. It's not just playing and leaving. We like to sit down and talk to the people, and they tell us how much they like the music or what they maybe sometimes dislike, and we'll sit back and think. All of it. We love talking to people and listening to what everybody thinks about us. Especially, you go into a town that nobody's ever seen you before, and it's funny because, it's the United States. They're just our neighbors, and you walk in and people are like, it's a big deal because a band is driving all the way down from Canada to play for us in our small little town or our city. Let's go check it out, and it's such an honor sometimes that they think so big like this. Whereas I believe that we can all learn a little something from that. Because it's not that way anymore. Let's say back home everywhere. It is in some places, but not the way it used to be.
So in that case, you like to play at bars and clubs because you're more with the audience, up close and personal.
Yeah, it's intimate. Which is really fun.
Because when you're playing the big venues with the big backstage, areas which you can get lost, you don't really meet the people.
Yeah. We'll do it here when we're home. Every 6 months or once a year, we'll play a big show at home, and that's the way it is. And I don't like it as much. I like to interact with people, and we all do. Sit down, chill, and have a beer, and make new friends.
What's your record collection like? What do you like to, let's say, collect or listen to in your car, let's say?
In my car, I listen to mostly rock and metal, or just hard rock, Metallica, and I'm a big Motley Crue fan ever since I was a little kid. 6 a.m. And you know what? I'm a very big fan of our own music, and I listen to it very often, probably more often than I should be. But I just love our music, so that's basically what I'm listening to all the time in the car.
So basically, like that, there's a lot of musicians that just can't listen to their own music. After it's released, they just let it go. So you like listening to your music still?
Yeah, we're so proud. Well, I'm very proud of what we put together, especially the new album. From where we went with recording the first one, and then sitting there getting the second one done. The way it worked, like I said, our new drummer brought us so much inspiration. Musically, such a talented musician that he would just jump in with every riff our guitar player would start playing. And I've said it before, I'd be out in the hallway having a smoke while we were working on songs because we were leaving on tour, example. And I'd run back in the room, guys, keep going, man, keep going. And a new song would pop up or would become a new song just by, a guitar player who just loves jamming away at his instrument, and a drummer who just would follow along so perfectly. It was so inspiring to actually even write that Dirty Valentine album. So I'm such a huge fan of it just because of the work we put in and how it came together so naturally. We didn't have to force any parts into the songs to make anything a certain way. It was very natural, and that's what I think we're most proud of.
Do you guys bring little portable recorders with you on tour? So if you get a good idea, you record it?
No, actually. Well, we have one, but we've never had to do that. Like last tour, we wrote a song in a hotel room and decided to just play it that night because we're playing 3 nights in a row in the same area. And so on the last night, we said, okay, let's try the new song we just finished up this afternoon. Okay, sure. So we went up on stage and we actually just asked somebody in the audience. I gave them my video camera. Can you record the song for us? Let's see what it sounds like.
And then you get a copy so you remember how to play it again.
Yeah, just in case, of course. Because 27 shows and 10 beers per show, you might forget what it was all about, So just so we have it on tape, we do that.
What type of microphones are you using on stage and in studio,
On stage, I use the Shure Beta 58. And in studio, well, every studio so far that we've been to, They all work differently, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you. It's the one that captures my voice. I leave it up to the producer.
Whatever they put in front of your face.
Yeah, as long as the result is good, I don't care what they put in front of me.
So you guys have fun on tour, I take it?
Yeah, more fun than it should actually legally be allowed, but yeah, we have fun. A lot of it too. Perfect, thank you, and we appreciate you taking the time for us, man.